A very good morning, dear students. Welcome to e-learning classes of Sacred Hearts of the subject Business Studies. Dear students, in the previous lecture, we have started our chapter number 4, that is Business Services. And in the previous lecture, we have discussed about the meaning of service sector, the different characteristics or features of services, such as intangible, that means that cannot be seen. Second, lack of homogeneity or inconsistency, that means every time the services are created as per the demand or the requirement of the customer. Third, inventory, there is no requirement to maintain inventory. Fourth, non transferability or inseparability. And the last one, that is the customer's participation or involvement is must. Thereafter, we have discussed the different classification of services. The services were divided into three parts: business services meant for the growth and development of business, social services for the welfare, personal services that are created on the spot as per the demand and desire of the particular service user. Thereafter, we have started the topic various categories of business services. In that, we have started the concept of banking. We have discussed the meaning of bank. Thereafter, we have also discussed about the different types of bank accounts, such as the saving deposit account, current deposit account specifically meant for the businessman, recurring deposit account, fixed deposit account in which the rate of interest is highest, and the last one, that is a multiple option deposit account. Dear students, today we are going to discuss about some important services provided by the banks and thereafter the meaning of e-banking and its benefits. So let's get started. The very first important service that have been provided by the banks is the bank draft. What is bank draft? It is just a sort of check only, but one main difference is there, that the check can be bounced if a particular person is not having any amount in the account. Then also the check can be drawn. But if we talk about the bank draft, then it is something drawn in against of some amount deposited in the bank. So here the chances of the bouncing of the draft is zero, null and void. See further, it is a financial instrument through which money can be remitted from one person to another. Remitted, that means transferred from one particular person to another particular person. Now see further, a bank draft can be obtained from a bank after depositing the required amount in the bank. Initially, you have to deposit the money, and then only you will get the bank draft. So there is no chance of bouncing of that. Now see further, the bank also charge some commission on the issuing of the draft. Bank used to charge it for its services. The second one is the banker's check or pay order. Now what is this? Dear student, this is a document which instructs a bank to pay a certain sum to a third party. The particular person is the first party, commercial bank is the second party, and the particular to whom the payment is to be made is the third party. Now see further, such orders are normally acknowledged by the bank, which provides a guarantee that the payment will be made. Now these type of transactions are acknowledged by the bank. See further, it is a kind of bank draft. It is just like the bank draft, but one difference is there, that bank draft used to work on the basis of the different states and the different particular areas. But if we talk about the banker's check or pay order, it used to work within a town, and that is why it is also known as a local bank draft. What? Local bank draft. And the commission charged on pay order is comparatively less than the bank order. Now the third one, that is the overdraft. Under this system or under this facility, a customer having current account is allowed to overdraft. That means whatever the amount is there, he is having the right to withdraw more than that particular amount from the account. He can withdraw up to a specific limit. The limit of the particular customer is decided as per the transaction that have been made by the particular person. Now see, interest is charged on the amount virtually withdrawn, and whatever the amount you are withdrawing in the form of overdraft, some certain rate of interest is charged by the commercial bank on that. Thereafter, the next one is the cash credit. So under this arrangement, the borrower is allowed to withdraw up to a certain limit against the security. And the last one, that is the short, medium and long term. It depends upon the time period, for what time you are needed with the loan. Now see, a lump sum amount is advanced, which is repayable on the expiry of a certain time period as per its category: short term, medium term and long term. It may be secured or unsecured. How it can be secured? If a certain collateral security is there, then it will be secured, and if there is no collateral security, then it will be unsecured. Now see further, the loan may be paid back by the borrower in installment. Now the next topic is the digital payment or electronic functions of bank, or we can say it e-banking. So it can be asked in any of the one way. Now see, digital or electronic payment is a system of making the online payments without involving the physical form of money or the physical exchange of money. See further, the money is transferred from the account of payer to the account of receiver through internet only. That means no physical transaction is there, but whatever the purchasing power is there, that is transferred from the account of payer to the account of receiver. Now we are going to discuss about the benefits of e-banking to the customer. So it is a topic that is very easy. You all are just well aware about it, but still we are going to discuss it on a very fast track. The very first is a digital payment and transparency. So with the e-banking, there is possibility of the digital payment that used to create a situation or the environment which seems to be more transparent in the context of the financial statements. It used to make the working of the e-banking more easy and effective. Second point, that is a 24 into 7 services. If we talk about e-banking, then there is no opening hours and no closing hours. That means the e-banking used to work 24 into 7. That means 24 hours and 365 day a year it used to work and facilitate the convenience for the customer. Whenever they are desired, they can have the banking services. The next one is the convenience. Initially the customer have to go to bank to stand in the queue and so on, but now through the implementation of the e-banking, customer can make some of the permitted transactions from the office, whatever the convenience is there, either from office, house, traveling and so on. But initially it used to be, if you have to make some transaction, then you have to be physically present in the bank, but now it is not like that. The next one is the financial discipline. E-banking inculcates, what is this? Inculcates a sense of financial discipline by recording all transactions. Each and every transaction, it used to record all the transaction, whether they are of small amount, small denomination, or of the large amount. So it used to create a disciplined environment in the context of the financial matters. The next one is the unlimited access. Then e-banking leads to greater customer satisfaction by offering the unlimited access to the bank, not limited by the walls of the branch. That means unlimited access, that means you can access your account from any corner of the country or any corner of the world. It is not required that you have to visit your nearby branch and then only the transaction will be executed. Now the next topic under this is benefit to the bank. What are the benefits to the banks are there? The very first point is the competitive advantage. A particular bank that who is providing the e-banking services can have an edge over the competitors. And second point, unlimited network. E-banking provides the unlimited network to the bank and is not limited to the number of branches. Initially only when the physical exchange used to be there, then you have to visit any of the branch of the bank, but now the branch system have been not confined to the certain particular walls only, but now you can have access to the network or to the bank by sitting at any corner of the country or of the world. And the third and the last one, that is a reduced load on branches. Initially the people used to visit the branches for the making of the payment, for receiving of the money, and for making of the transactions. But now, as soon as the e-banking have been introduced in our country, now the small and marginal people are also using the e-banking and have made their work or their business more convenient. So it has somehow it has reduced the load on the branches. So this is all about today, dear students. Today what we have discussed some important services provided by the banks, such as bank draft, banker's check, overdraft, cash credit, short, medium and long term loan. Thereafter we have discussed about the digital payment, its benefits to customers and to banks. This is all for today. God bless you all. Lots of love.